Would you like a quicker and more streamlined approach to knowing your sports card business profit? Or what about tax time? Isn't there an easier way to compile all your records? Well, spreadsheets are always going to be king, and they're wonderful and very powerful. However, there's a reason that bookkeeping software exists, and so I use QuickBooks and onboard all my clients onto QuickBooks. I'd like to walk through just a brief overview of QuickBooks for a sports card or Pokémon business. My name is Johnny Petrucco, an IRS Tax Pro and QuickBooks Pro Advisor. So why should you do bookkeeping or keep a record of your transactions? Well, primarily, this is to help you make better business decisions. Knowing your profitability, sales, cost of goods sold, operating expenses, all of these factor in to should I make this purchase? Can I afford this overhead expense? So many matters that we need to know. Knowing our numbers. Now, secondarily, compliance. So we do have to file a tax return, especially you're selling a whatnot and the IRS receives a 1099. How are you going to show your deductions for all of the sales you made? So you want to have bookkeeping that's reliable to help the tax preparer go ahead and process that for you. Check out this video to learn more about why bookkeeping matters. So now, how do you do your bookkeeping? Is it going to be on a spreadsheet or bookkeeping software? With a spreadsheet, let's use Google Sheets. That way it's shareable and there's some other online integrations, more APIs that you can use as opposed to Microsoft Excel. And then on software, let's use QuickBooks. I'm all set up. And in fact, this past 2 months, I have onboarded about 15 different sports card and Pokemon clients for getting their bookkeeping set up. And so there is something particular about our niche, and I've kind of developed this process. And stay tuned, I would like to kind of create a community where, for one, I'm going to do a recording, multiple videos as a kind of training for do-it-yourself QuickBooks bookkeeping, and then a number of different tools and resources, a community of those that are also pursuing this business, but on the financial side, making better decisions. And so let me know if you're interested in that. It's in the works. But for now, what I want to do is share my screen in a moment to walk through QuickBooks on a very high level. If you've never seen it before, just like to introduce you to it. And then later on, I will make more detailed videos. But for now, just want to tell you bookkeeping is important for those reasons. I would recommend QuickBooks generally. I have some still that are on Google Sheets. Let me just jump in here and show you a brief overview of QuickBooks for sports card businesses. All right, I jumped onto one of my clients' QuickBooks and I've blurred out some of the information, but this is the new layout of QuickBooks. In a moment, I'll show you the old one, but right now my clients are on 3 versions. The old one, there's like a hybrid version, and then now the new one. So most people, they're kind of rolling out everyone that will see this layout in the future. Okay, so I just want to show you, because there's a lot of buttons to press and places to go, but let me just show you the main places that are relevant. So right here, you hover over My Apps, and then Accounting will be where the majority of where we want to go. Bank transactions. Okay, you can see here, bank transactions, integration, rules, and chart of accounts. So those are the most relevant. So bank transactions, this is where you link your bank account, credit card, Venmo, PayPal, etc. Now keep in mind, even though PayPal is linked here, they are doing away with PayPal being linked in this section. It's going to have to go into the integration transactions. Over here, you can link like eBay, Shopify, but there's some glitches and it's just helpful. I mean, I'm walking my clients through this, but you can see the different things you can connect. Bank transactions is where you're going to live, and then this is where you can categorize different sales and expenses that come in. Now, to do that in an automated way, we have rules. Okay, this is where it's pretty fun. We can set up every time whatnot deposits come in, it's going to go into this account. Every time we have card ladder expense come in, it'll go to this software transaction. So this will save you a lot of time, and you want to get that set up early on. There's another way to do it. Actually, there's multiple ways. QuickBooks is very thorough, and I have many different options, but I just want to be brief here. So let's keep on going. Chart of accounts, these are your categories. You could add numbering. It's kind of a more corporate, official way of doing your chart of accounts and bookkeeping, or we can just do basic categories, but this is the kinds of categories of what you spend and what kind of income you make. You can break it up into selling singles, wax. You could do it by eBay, whatnot, card shows. It's interesting to break down your sales. You could do it by what was your total income through Zelle, PayPal, cash. So a lot of different ways you can slice it, and each one has their preference. Let's go to expenses. Now here, I like when I categorize things. I'm not going to show the detail of categorizing now, but you need to put a vendor. And so this helps improve the AI of QuickBooks. And then when you click this vendors tab, we can see all of the people and or companies that you have paid. And so you can run a report, and it's interesting, how much did I buy from this person over the year? Or you can analyze that vendor and make sure you didn't miscategorize things. So there's a vendor and there's a category, which is both different. Bill pay, you can make ACH payments through QuickBooks. You can track your mileage. You can pay your contractors. So there's more to it. I like Gusto for payroll typically, but there is that option with QuickBooks. Sales and gets paid. Honestly, most people don't use this for sports card businesses, but there is, if you're doing a B2B, you can send invoices and so on. Customer hub, this is if you kind of analyze key customers, but we don't use this too much. I use this for other businesses, but not so much with sports cards. Team, not relevant unless you're using this for payroll. Time, not relevant. Sales tax, I handle this outside of QuickBooks. Business tax, nope. And lending, this is for line of credit, so, for your business. So that went through my apps. Now, reports. This is the second main area, and our reports are going to be balance sheet and profit and loss. That's going to be your main one. I would love to dig deep into this. All right, I'll just briefly, let me click here. I'm going to blur out some of this financial data, but I go to switch to classic view. I always do that. And then over here, I'll just show you the report period. I like to do this year or last month. And then we display columns by months, cash method. We could show non-zero and then run report. There's also maybe last month, and then we want to put it back to total, and you can compare it to a previous period and see the dollar change. A lot of different customizations here, but I'm happy to walk you through it. By the way, yeah, if you want to set up a call, we'll be happy to talk to you. Please click the link in the description. And then the balance sheet, this will show your financial position at any given point in time, how much money you've contributed, what your loans are, and your current assets. So let's do that another time. For now, I think that's a decent overview. I don't use dashboard. I don't use feed. I do use some of the things here. I like reclassify transactions. That's a useful. Now, as a bookkeeper, I use a lot more here, like journal entries. This is if you want to do the whatnot journal entry that I've talked about before, then we would go here and do the categories, and that's where you do it. Okay, this is the current layout. A lot of clients are still on this one, but eventually they're going to push it forward. So similar thing, transactions, that's where we live. Bank transactions, you'll have the same information. Reconcile is a great feature that I like to use. You can pull in your bank statements, and this is really what you should do to ensure we've captured everything. But very similar, what we would use is mainly reports and transactions. And then this plus new is where you can do your journal entry. Okay, that's just brief overview. There's much here, and just let me know your thoughts if I should do this little community and this course that I'm thinking about putting together within the next month or so. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Would like to make more of these specific videos for QuickBooks. And at Sports Card Tax Guy, I'm helping my clients trade their IRS stress for financial success. I'll talk to you soon.